Okay, this is showing how to make a chain. So you take the needle, you grab the yarn in the hook. Notice I lay my needle on top and then I wrap it around and pull it through. That's one chain. Come back, grab the yarn again, pull it through. That's 2 chains. If you'll notice with my crochet hook, I turn it sideways so that little point can get through there easily. Otherwise, if I leave it like with the point, the open part of the point up, what happens is it gets caught on the yarn a lot of times. So you make the chain for as long as you need it, and I believe I said 4-inch square. So you're going to go ahead and make enough chains, lay it down against a ruler and make sure that it's 4 inches long. I know this is terribly slow, but I think it's helpful for you to see the chaining effect. Now I'm going to put my needle through and make my first crochet stitch. So with the first chain, I just pick one of the spaces to put my needle through. Then I grab my yarn and I pull it through once, and then I have 2 loops on my hook. And then the loop I just made by pulling it through and the loop from the last stitch. Then I pull it through both loops. That is 1 single crochet. Now I'm moving on to the next chain, and you just find it by kind of looking for the area where all the pieces of yarn overlap. The other thing that I also do when doing my first chain is I remember how many chains I made. So as I'm going back through and making my single crochets, I count. So if I made 40 chains, I should have 40 single crochets when I'm done with this row. So I put it back through again, and then I continue to go on down the road like that, stitch by stitch. I use my finger to kind of hold the piece of extra part of the yarn in place so that I can wiggle the needle through the hole and not have it get lost. I also use my thumb and my middle finger on the hand that's not holding the crochet hook to hold the end of my crochet work that I'm not working on, so that I can get a good grip on it and keep it where I need it to be and keep everything tight. You really need to keep some tension on your yarn as you are working. So you can see me there very slowly putting my needle in. I grab the yarn. It'll be a challenge for you to figure out how to make this all work. The other thing that's important, I don't know if you notice how I continue to take my finger and pull my yarn down on the hook so that it's over the bigger, fatter, round part of the hook, so that I don't make my stitches too small and make them really hard to get off of the hook. So I continue to go down the whole row doing this. So I reach my last stitch, I pull it through, and I make a chain. I know I did that really quickly there. Now I turn my yarn around and I'm holding on to the piece while I put my needle, my hook, through that hole. It's going under both sides of the V's that you form that you can see on top. I then pull through a piece of yarn, and now I have 2 loops on my hook, and then I grab the yarn again and pull through both loops. It's very important for the practice square that you go under both V's. When you go to do the hat, you're not going to go under the first V, you're only going to go under the second V, and that's going to give you your zigzaggy pattern, which will be really nice to have to give the hat some stretch. But you can see as I pull it through once, pull it down over the big round part of the hook, grab my yarn again, and I pull it through both loops on the hook. A single crochet is made.